going to clean the akis in 3 steps. First, I'm going to take off the pod and discard that. And I'm going to take out the yellow flesh with the black seeds. Is to take out the seeds. I'm taking out the black seeds, and then there's a pinkish membrane inside that you need to take out. You can just take those with your finger. We call this cleaning the aki. Finding joy in family, food, and fellowship. It was one of those days when everything seemed to have gone wrong. My brother had died in Florida, and after much thought, I decided to attend the funeral virtually. I felt a little uncomfortable, a bit guilty, and isolated from my siblings. However, considering the exposure at airports and in airplanes to the possibility of the coronavirus infection, I thought it was the wiser decision not to undertake international travel. For almost 2 years, I had been writing a book and had invested time, money, energy, long days, sleep-deprived nights, hundreds of emails, telephone calls, asking for favors, reminders, moral suasion, and had acquired even immunity to rebuffs and indifference. The books had finally arrived, but further delayed in customs. It was now less than a week before the launch. Newspaper and social media ads had been discussed months before. However, for many reasons, things did not go according to plan. As day dawned, feeling frustrated, I walked into my garden. My eyes caught sight of the Jamaica ackee tree, widely spread out, laden with brightly colored reddish fruits. As I approached it, I could hear bird chirps. I approached quietly, but apparently loud enough to have disturbed the flock of about 100 birds that rose together like an umbrella, opening upward from the tree, their motion accompanied by a rumble of flapping wings. Why were they there? It could not be only to create this dramatic welcome for me. I looked carefully and quickly figured out what had attracted them. I smiled and got excited about the prospects. Picking about 20 open fruits, I tossed away the reddish pods, the black seeds, and the pinkish lining which the yellow flesh enfolded. I saved the yellow parts, blanched them for a few minutes so they were not too soft, but still springy when touched. With a measure of contentment and hope, they were packaged and frozen for future use. Where is the joy? The phone rings. The books had arrived in the bookstore. WhatsApp messages are being read. The first online purchase had been made. The plans for the launch are moving full speed ahead. News of the book had started to get around. At the same time, the funeral plans were finalized, and the items on the program brought a measure of comfort. From the front cover, my handsome brother smiled reassuringly at me, and I began to feel more comfortable, better understood, even forgiven for attending the funeral remotely. A few days had passed since I blanched and froze the akis, and I decided to take action to share some joy. I created an aroma reminiscent of my mother's kitchen at its best. Gently folding in the thawed akis into the mixture and cooking for an additional 5 minutes or so yielded the moist, enticing, flavorful, colorful Jamaican national dish, ackee and saltfish. I plated for my visitors a little plain rice, a few spoons of ackee and saltfish, a slice each of breadfruit, sweet potato and tomato, a few okras, a few slices of cucumber, a little grated cabbage and carrots, and a leaf of lettuce. Offering them this sweet-smelling, rainbow-colored dish, I too imbibed their contagious joy in that moment. The sight, smell, and taste of this relished dish. But most importantly, the gifts of God, including the privilege of having a loving family. Amid times of sadness and disappointment, you too should also be encouraged by the words of Psalm 30, verse 5. But his anger is for a moment. His favor is for a lifetime. Weeping may linger for the night, but joy comes with the morning.